Hello and welcome to the Quingo channel. I am Jason, your host, and we're going to do a 3-month review of the Quingo Toura Mark II. This is a 2021 Quingo which I bought second hand. It had done 60 miles from new. It had been bought in 2021. It was by someone, and unfortunately the person who was going to use it had a stroke, and so it went into storage for a year, and then after that year it was sold on to a reseller, and that reseller sold it on to me. So it was in good condition, needed a few things doing to it. Here, and so this is my review of it. I have used the Quingo Maxer before this, and the short and sweet of it, the TDLR, is this is an amazing mobility scooter. I mean, it is really the best mobility scooter I have had. I've tried other ones in shops and that, in the local shop and that, and still the Quingo is the best. Why do I say that? Well, it's not the nicest looking, but it is one of the most comfortable ones I've used. It has a nice place for your feet to stretch out. It uses a 5-wheel system which allows this to actually turn like with the mobility of a 3-wheel scooter, but it's a 5-wheel. So it's got the stability of a 4-wheel, but it's got the maneuverability of an actual 3-wheel. It has many safety features. It is one of the best, most advanced mechanically speaking. For example, if I'm at the moment, I've got full power. I've got full power at the moment. It's got a nice little throttle, which is a lever type throttle, which you can use with even one finger. But if I turn the handle fully to thingy, it automatically goes into half power. It doesn't let you go too fast round corners. As soon as it knows you're going around a corner, it slows you down a little bit. You have to go past a certain angle, like, before it kicks in. It's turning circle, it turns basically on its axis, it really does. For the first month of use of this, I put it through a trial of fire. Those that know me know that my mum was dying of dementia and she was in the hospital. It was the last month of life. And this vehicle is the reason I was able to go up there 2-3 times a day. And that place is like 2.5 miles away. I made the journey faster than my sister in a car. That's how good this was. And if you at all don't know, Stoke-on-Trent is a very hilly area. It has one of the hardest UK half marathons, because we have so many high gradient hills all over the place. So going back and forward there, sometimes at 2 a.m. in the morning, rain, it doesn't matter. Before I had this canopy for it, it handled getting wet, it handled anything, nothing stopped it, and it was completely 100% reliable in what I needed, which is why it became part of my safe space. You see, the whole point is, I'm autistic, and I'm usually, when I'm outside the house, I'm non-functioning. I can't talk, I can't move, I don't leave the house usually. For 4 years I just basically stayed in the house, no leaving at all. This is my mobile safe space, and I have to believe in this enough that whenever I turn it on, whenever I take it out, it's going to work. Yes, I have full insurance and breakdown cover and all those things, but when I turn this on, I need to make sure it uses. Now, in the 3 months I've had it, around about 3 months I've had it, I've done 350 miles. I've been on 25-mile journeys out to Trentham Gardens and gone all the way around Trentham Gardens and all the way back. Its battery power is amazing. It has about a 50-mile reach in its batteries, and these batteries aren't brand new, so they're not at the top of the range yet still. They're not lithium, they're lead acid. But even it has something called regenerative braking, which is amazing for if you're stopping and starting a lot, because whenever you stop, some of that energy goes back into the batteries. So even though it says it's got a 50-mile range, sometimes I can go out on this and it has a let's just take you out of here and there. Let's show you the thing here. Okay, so that's the digital display on it, and it's hard to tell, but you can see an actual, some reflection. You can see the different things on it there. And there is my throttle here, which is just, I can use it with one thumb. Look. If I want to go this, just one thumb, barely anything. If I want to use it the other way, it takes nothing. Of course, you've got the full thingy. It's got automatic braking, of course, a really reliable automatic braking. Basically, as soon as you take your hand off the throttle, it brakes for you. And the funny thing is, it has an emergency brake here that we didn't know was broken. We didn't know it was broken. This can be activated and locked in place. That's a disc brake. The main braking system is electromagnetic and works within the actual drum at the back. Funnily enough, we didn't know that the emergency brakes weren't working for like 2 months of use, because I never had to use it. I never had to engage it, except for once when I tried to go up a hill that was too big, a steep incline. It has always on lighting. I don't know whether you can see it down there. Down there there's LED lights that come on as soon as you turn it on, and they're bright. And that. You also have your main lights that you can switch on, which is a headlight and backlight. It has full indicators. Let's say when I activate the indicators on this side, you can see them there activating there. And an audible thing as well. It has the hazard system. It has horns. At the moment I've got it on full power. So if I press this button on here like that, then the tortoise comes on. It means it's about half power. The maximum speed you can go at this is about 4.5 miles an hour. 4.5 miles when you've got it on that mode. Maybe even you'll hit 5 miles an hour. That's with this on it. But I can turn this knob here round to here, and if it's at that stage, I'm going to probably get 4 miles an hour exactly. If I go into a shop with this, which I can, I will take it up to about there, and I'll probably get about 3 miles an hour out of it, and that's better for me to go around the shop and more manoeuvrable and less chance of hitting someone and all that. So, but most of the time I have it on max power, because the throttle and that is so good that I have no problem keeping within. When you're in the UK, when you're on the pavement, you're supposed to go 4 miles or less, and when you're on the road, because it's a class 3, it's got full blinkers and everything, and it's registered with the DVLA, I can go up to 8 miles an hour. Now this unit itself can hit 9 or 10 miles an hour, but that isn't legal for it to go at that fast. But it can go that fast. It has this is how you charge it, with this simple charger there. It's got, of course, the key. It's got this, which I usually plug into this outlet, a USB charger, if I'm going to be on a long journey and I want to keep this little camera unit connected all the time. Of course, we've got this full Quingo official canopy, which is brilliant for both very sunny weather and when, no matter what. I mean, I've been out in this when we've had massive storms, and it's brilliant. Got a big basket on the front for shopping, and my favourite thing is this little hook here, which I put my little backpack on down here, where I keep things, and my feet go there like that on those things. The seat is a proper captain's chair, and it's really comfortable. It reclines as well if it needs to. On the back of that, I've got a bag with extra stuff. It's a beautiful unit. Now let me put this back on here. There. You're back in place there. So let's carry on with the... It's got a very powerful, I think it's 950 watt. I'm not sure, it's the 950 watt brushless 4-pole motor, or which one it is, but this gives you some power. I mean, we are talking, when you need power from this, you can. Like which you may think, why would you need to have a very powerful one of these? Well, what if you're crossing a road and a car decides that it's going to speed down at you? This gives you enough power to get out of the fucking way. This allows you to go up inclines that a lot of these units can't handle. And even though it's max speed, the acceleration from 0 to max is freaking amazing on this. It's like, the G-forces, it's funny because the funny thing is, when you accelerate on that fast with this, it really does push you back into the seat, because we are not talking about a slow, it's like if I gun the engine, as it were, now, there, this thing can go. It really can. It handles dirt, it handles grass, it handles pretty much anything I've thrown at it. Like I said, for the first month, I was going up some of the biggest hills in Stoke-on-Trent, Azeal and places like that, to get to the hospital and back to my house 3 times a day sometimes. And not only that, because it's manoeuvrability in that, this is the wonderful thing about this. The width isn't too big, it isn't too wide or too long. Even with the canopy on, I was able to go not only to the hospital, but I was able to go in the hospital, get in the lift, go up to the floor, go down to the floor where my mum's ward was, go into the ward and sit on my safe space while in the room with my mum. I never had to get off this vehicle. It was amazing, because the thing is, as long as I'm in the vehicle, it's my mobile safe space, I can function. But getting off this vehicle is a bad thing. Getting off this vehicle is a very bad thing. So I am very, very happy with this. It's opened up the world to me. It really has opened up the world to me. The only thing you can't do with a class 3, you can't go on public transport with it, so I can't take you on a train. So I've been advised, if I want to do that, to get myself a power chair, and that's why I might go at some point in time in the future, so that I've got an actual way of doing that. But apart from that, this is an amazing mobility scooter. Now let's talk about the service. I have heard from a person who replied to me that the customer service from Quingo isn't the best. But I can only go by my own experience, and that own experience is from when I've had the serviced by them. Now the first person who came to service made mistakes on the thingy, yes, but as soon as I contacted customer service about this, they sent out another person free of charge to come and actually fix all that had been missed. That was done, and we found out that the brake wasn't working, the emergency brake wasn't working, which I hadn't had to use ever, but had to be fixed, and they made it work, and then they advised me to get a new one, which I did. A couple of days ago it was replaced. On the 1st of August they came out and fitted a new. So I saw something on my I'm just having a look through the stuff. There's a message, I got a message, so just checking on that, and I'm going to check. Yes, it's showing that it's just my security system at home. Someone's gone past my door. Right, so just put my phone back away. To summarise it, I have not had a bad experience at all. I've had them out, they came out and fitted the canopy, and bloody hell, the engineer came out on the most rainy day possible. It was pouring down with rain. He literally sat on the floor in front of my house putting this together, putting not only the rear facing camera I had installed, the upgrade for the rear facing camera, and the canopy for like an hour and a half, putting it all together and sorting it all out. Did all that, and when he left, I figured out that one of the batteries hadn't been reconnected to the lights at the back, which was easy to do because in the situation when I tested it afterwards, I didn't notice that the back. He asked me to test it and everything looked good. It worked. It's just with the back lighting wasn't connected. One of because you have to take everything apart and put it all back together to get all this canopy on. It's actually connected to the frame. It's a proper canopy. So when I asked them about that, they pretty much sent someone out within a couple of hours to do it right there and then and got it sorted for me. So no customer service is perfect enough, but the service side, the actual, if something's wrong, fixing it, that side is wonderful from my experience. My personal experience of the Quingo service has been brilliant. So this is my review of the Quingo Toura Mark II. I would class it as the best mobility scooter, and it has given me a lease on life that I never thought I had. So yes, I hope you're all having a good day. I'm off on my daily explore. My next vlog will be about something else. So bye bye for now.